Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Sarah and I am a mum to two girls, Sophia who is 2 and Amelia who is 6 months old. As you have guessed from the title of this video, I have quit all social media, like all of it. I'm talking Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. The only ones I'm keeping are YouTube, but I don't see that as social media because it's not like real, like live timing, and also Pinterest because again I don't see that as social media. I just like pinning things like when I'm doing the house or for outfit ideas or anything like that. Whilst there are a lot of positives to social media, for me the negatives started to outweigh the positives and I had just had enough. So grab yourself a cup of tea and let's get into why I quit social media. When I was planning this video, I was thinking about, well, what specific reasons made me quit? Because there was lots of things, but it was kind of all a jumble in my brain. I just quit. And I actually came up with 6 specific reasons as to why I wanted to quit. So that's what I'm going to go through now. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about what that looks like and what my time is going to be taken up by now that I have quit. And just for reference, I have been off social media for about 5 days now. So very much at the beginning of this journey. And I plan on staying off social media at least until after Easter. I originally was going to give it up for Lent, and then I just thought, why not start now? So the first reason is that I was on social media for too much. It was taking up too much of my time. I'm sure lots of you have this problem. If you've clicked on this video, then maybe that is a problem you're having as well. This has such a negative effect on our mental health. The way social media works is it gives us that dopamine hit. It gives us that hit in our brain that lights up to say we're getting a reward for this. So every time you get a like or a notification or anything to do with social media, it's like a positive reinforcement in your brain, but actually it's addictive in the same way that cocaine is addictive. I did do a bit of research for this, so I'm going to link my articles down below that I've looked into this because I'm not going to go into too much of the science, but basically it lights up a part of the brain that is the same part as if you were addicted to cocaine. And the more that happens, the more we want to spend time on it, and then obviously you're not spending time in the real world, and that is not good. So that was the first reason. I was just spending far too much time on my phone and not being present with my family and not being present with my life. One of my children is crying, so I just have to go sort them out and then I'll be back. So my second reason, which is kind of a result of the first reason, is that I was feeling disconnected from life. Social media is not the only reason this was happening. There are other elements that this was happening, mainly the medication that I'm on. And now I've had to let my dog in. I swear, I can never just sit down and film a video these days. So the only way I can describe it was feeling like I was looking at life through a lens, through a window, through a fog. Just wasn't really connected, and social media was making it a lot worse. I was too busy scrolling mindlessly, paying attention to everyone else's lives to try and fix the things in my own life that were bothering me. So this meant that I wasn't present with Joe or the girls, and it started to cause problems between me and Joe. It started to make me not feel like I could cope with the girls because I was constantly fixated on looking at everybody else's lives and thinking that their life's better, how can I make my life like them? But actually it was just, I wasn't then doing anything to my life. I was just getting more and more sucked into this world. And I'm not saying I've got like a full-blown addiction. It's not like that bad. I was still taking the girls out. I'm still present and all of that, but you get the idea. I just was spending like all my evenings on social media, any spare time I had, rather than doing other things that could bring me joy. Rosie, can I lie down? And social media is well known for causing mental health problems or adding to them, such as anxiety and depression, fear of missing out, all of those kind of things. I already suffer with anxiety. I've had postnatal depression in the past, so it's just fueling all of that, and I was just fed up of feeling this disconnect. Reason number 3 is comparison. Comparing my life to everybody else's, especially as a mum. Obviously I am a motherhood account, a motherhood YouTube channel, and my socials were all based on motherhood. So then I'm comparing what I'm doing with everybody else, comparing that baby of the same age with my baby of the same age, comparing that toddler to my toddler, comparing those activities to my activities. It was just driving me insane. It made me feel like I was failing as a mum, and also it made me feel like the decisions I made that were best for me and my children were wrong because someone else did it differently, or someone else vocalized that you can't do that because that's wrong. And it just made me feel like everything I was doing I was failing at. I don't follow a particular parenting style, but there's a lot of influences on social media when it comes to parenting styles. Should you do gentle parenting, attachment parenting, this style, that style? And to be honest, I just pick a little bit of everything and do what works for me. But it made me feel like if I wasn't 100% sticking with a particular style, I was doing it wrong. And that's not a nice feeling. And then I was was getting snappy and horrible with the girls, and I just hate when I feel like that. So the other thing as a result of that is that I was doing activities or things with the girls purely to post about on social media. Like I'd think, right, I'm gonna set this activity up, I'll take pictures of it, I'll do a reel of it, blah blah blah. And the girls don't even like that kind of thing. Sophia's not into that kind of setup activity. She likes to play, she likes it when we go out and play games, when we go in the woods, like different, all of that kind of stuff. I'm not an arts and crafts mum. I have accepted that. I'm not an arts and crafts mum, and that is okay. But social media made me feel like I should be an arts and crafts mum. This dog is so needy. One day I will film a video without a dog or a baby or a child interrupting me. That day is not today. Going alongside that is reason number 4, and that is too many opinions. Kind of similar to what I've already mentioned, but this time with the added caveat that everybody is an expert on social media, or everybody thinks they're an expert on social media, especially an expert on my children. So I was very open, I would share a lot of things, but then just occasionally I'd get comments or things, and often they weren't with bad intentions, often they were with very good intentions, but it was too conflicting. One person would say this, one person would say that, and I'm there thinking, I don't know what to do. So then I wasn't even listening to my instinct as a mum. There's too many opinions, and the same goes for just people sharing in general, sharing opinions with politics or news or anything. It can bog you down, and then you don't know what you actually think and believe in. And I just kind of wanted to clear that. I just wanted to quiet the noise and get rid of everybody else's opinions and focus on what I think for a while. Reason number 5 is that it stopped being a hobby and it stopped making me happy. So originally when I started, it was a hobby. I started it in lockdown when I had no mum friends because we'd been locked down and I didn't really have anyone else to turn to. So I created an account and I started reaching out to other mums and chatting to them, and it was great. I've made some really lovely mum friends from this account. However, I got so bogged down with statistics and growth and engagement and reach, and for some reason I always ended up on that side of reels, so it was constantly feeding into me, that it became more like a chore than a hobby and something I enjoyed. I would be thinking, I've got to post this, I've got to do that, I need to find this engaging post, blah blah blah. And actually the reason I started it was to share me and my girls and also connect with other mums, and that completely got lost. So because I was seeing it as a chore, it was then affecting my mood and I was distracted all the time, and then obviously that filters into every aspect of my life. I was grumpy with the girls, grumpy with Joe, I was just grumpy. And finally, reason number 6 is oversharing. I did use it as my journal. I would kind of share everything I was thinking and feeling, but then what's happened is more and more people who live locally to me and who I am likely and have bumped into, especially going to mum groups, were finding my account and following, and it was all fine, but it made me feel very awkward. Like, they never said anything to make me feel that way, but just knowing that they know everything that I've shared kind of started to make me feel a bit awkward. It made me wonder what they thought of me. Do they think I'm like completely off my rocker? I don't know. It just made me start to get really self-conscious. I didn't like the fact that so many people in my real life were following me. Originally it was like a bit anonymous, and then more and more people started to find out my account and follow me, and yeah, I didn't really like that so many people from my area followed me. So it just made me really self-conscious, and again, oversharing the girls. I was always quite careful about what to share. Like, I wouldn't share Sophia having tantrums. Obviously, I would never share them in inappropriate clothes or anything. It was primarily about me, but with that does come sharing the girls a little bit. I'm just always self-conscious about what I should and shouldn't be sharing. So I feel a bit better now that I'm having a break from all of that, and I'm happy with the way I do things on YouTube instead. So I don't want to overshare as much. Just kind of want to keep some things to myself now. So those are my 6 reasons. They're kind of all linked very closely together. That is why I came off social media. So what is going to be filling my time now? First thing I'm focusing is building new habits. Clicking on social media was definitely a habit. It was like automatic. I didn't even think about it. I would just click on my phone and then I'm there, and then you think, oh well, I may as well scroll now. So I need to break that habit and build new ones. I have a couple of resources that have been helping me with this so far. The first one I'm just reading off my phone is the 6-Minute Success Journal by Dominic Spence. I'll go into this a bit more detail once I've got into the hang of it, but that's really great. You can get that on Amazon. I'll link that below. And Atomic Habits by James Clear. So the second one is a book. So I've been listening and reading about habits and how to form new habits, successful habits, small habits that make a big difference. I'm already feeling so much better for it. So that's a big focus of what I want to kind of do with this time off social media. And it takes 66 days to form a new habit, and that will be about the right time as to when I'm going to be finishing Lent, because I did start it early. So hopefully I will have a whole new set of healthy habits to share with you at the end of this. Next, I want to get more focus. I want to have focus on the girls, focus on Joe, even things like focus on the telly when I'm watching TV. So I would sit watching telly on my phone and then I wouldn't even be watching it, and then I have no idea what's going on. And I just want to be able to like sit and be in the moment and watch whatever's on telly, or sit and play with Sophia without having to capture it. I mean, I do take pictures obviously still. I'm still a mum, I still want to capture everything, but without having to share it instantly. I just snap and then, you know, we do silly selfies or whatever, just typical normal mum stuff. Or with my YouTube, I don't mind filming that because it's still in the moment, and then I just put it away and I'm not having to then get absorbed in my phone and posting it. So I just want focus on the task at hand. I also want to rebuild real life connections. I was replying so much to messages on Instagram that my friends would start to reach out to me on Instagram because they knew I would more likely reply to them than if they messaged me, which is really bad. That's really bad on my part. So I'm trying to rebuild connections. Not that I've lost any, but I'm just trying to be better at communicating, seeing people more. So I've been to see a friend today. Actually, this is a friend who I did meet on Instagram. It has had its uses, but seeing friends again and connecting with people in real life and really being there to, again, focus on what they're saying, to be present with them. And finally, to get my health back, I want to use this time to really focus on both my physical and mental health. So there's a few things I'm doing with my mental health to help. Perhaps I'll share that later if there's been an improvement or things have changed. But my physical health, I really want to get back on track. So I've had a dodgy knee, I'm working on that. I'm just waiting for an x-ray result actually about that. I'm trying to build up that strength and do exercises again that don't aggravate my knee. I'm trying to do more exercise, eat better, drink more, all the usual stuff. This is where the habits come in. I'm trying to get in habits like always having fruit or veg with my breakfast, always having a glass of water before I eat my breakfast. Hopefully I'll be fitter, stronger, healthier than ever by the end of this. So that is it. That's why I've come off social media. Nothing life-changing, but to me it is already life-changing. I'm already feeling like a huge weight's been lifted. I'm enjoying not sharing everything. I am enjoying just living my life, being present. I'm enjoying being able to put more time and dedication to YouTube again and use that as my way of connecting with you guys. I will do an update at the end of this. I might do like a midpoint update as well, but I will be sharing this with you on here, not on social media. So you can no longer find me at all on Instagram, Facebook or Twitter. I think I've deactivated all those. I do still have my TikTok there, but I've just taken it off my phone and I've put a little note in. I don't know if you can deactivate TikTok or not. That is the one I'm missing the most, because to me that was the most harmless. I just do a dance and post it. So if you want to keep up with my life, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and also turn on the post notifications. I don't have a set schedule. I just post when I can, when I get time to film. Thankfully the girls have been asleep now and my dog has calmed down, so hopefully this video will be okay. And if you did like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up. Has anybody else ever come off social media? Let me know what your experience with social media is like. Maybe you're far better at blocking things out and dealing with it than me, or maybe you're also struggling. Let's chat in the comments and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.